Coming up, casting on a whole new level, lighting up the boat ramp, and protecting your skin. All that and a tour of a Marquis 600 pleasure boater for the iCast show is dead ahead. Welcome aboard another edition of Pleasure Boater, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Captain Ted Jones, and if you watched last week, you know we had the weekend angler, Butch McCall, out at the iCast show in Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Convention Center. Well, he's still out there. He's going to bring you some very innovative products. As a matter of fact, Butch, give me something really new and different, very innovative.
And for you anglers at home that prefer a spinning combo over bait cast, we've got a revolutionary product for you to look at. This is a new guide designed by American Tackle. And Ben, this is nothing short of revolutionary.
It is absolutely revolutionary. So what happens is the line comes off of a spinning rod. It comes off in big coils. Through a traditional guide train, the coils continue up the entire rod, creating vibration and slap against every guide. That slows down your line speed, so it's gonna hurt your distance and accuracy.
Well, when we're talking about accuracy, you lose accuracy because you're trying to throw so hard to get the distance, but this reduces and eliminates both of those.
Correct. With the microwaves, what happens is as the line comes off of the spool, it comes off in big coils still. But through the first guide, the line is captured, and as it leaves the second guide, the line is perfectly straight.
Now, in addition to spinning, we of course have the same technology for bait casting, but you know, in looking at this, when we were talking and you showed me this demonstration outside, it is not only a visible thing that you can see. You can actually see the reduction in the line movement, but you feel it in your hand, the vibration. That to me was more impressive than the visual aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the feel is very, very important. When you cast a traditional guide train, you feel that vibration in the rod, and it's just normal. Everybody thinks that that's normal. But now with this, we eliminate that vibration. It's going to increase your distance and increase your sensitivity. It's just all around a better performing system than what everybody knows currently out today.
Well, for folks at home that want to learn more about the products, can you give me a website?
We're at americantackle.us. You can also check out our Facebook page, which is American Tackle Company Place.
As I said, a revolutionary product that not only increases your accuracy and your distance in cast, you can actually see it, you can feel it. You've got to check this out.
You know, I think they're getting ready to test that boat right now. That brings us to boat test. How about that?
Today I'm on the Fincraft 19cc. It's an all-new boat from this company, and I'm going to put it through a full test. For BoatTest.com, I'm Captain Steve.
There's a lot to like about the handling of the 19cc, but not only that, there's a lot to like about the boat's looks. Notice the gently curving shear line. It not only adds tremendously to the boat's charm, but it gives a bit more safety with raised bulwarks. And look at the stainless bow rail. What I liked about the rail's installation was that both sides terminated in a curve back just before the bow. This left the foredeck clear for handling ground tackle or adding ease to working fishing lines. And not only is it good looking, it's functional as well, keeping the fishing buddies inside and the kids too.
Now the helm is very basic in its layout. There's only 3 gauges, a tack, fuel, and a speedometer. Also, as part of the simplicity of the helm, just 3 rocker switches, nav and anchor light, bilge, and your aerator and courtesy lights. It's a very simple boat, so you're not going to have any problems with it as far as maintenance goes. It's a fuel tank, engine, connected to the steering and throttle.
Trimming the 19cc at speed is very easy. Once you get up on plane, just a couple of shots of up trim will move the spray back from right about where you are at the helm to the stern of the boat, and you'll feel the acceleration hit you in the back. With a half a tank of fuel, 2 people on board, and a Mercury 115 4-stroke doing the heavy work, our test weight was just under 2,700 pounds. We had a top speed of 41.2 miles an hour at 6,360 RPMs, and that gave us a fuel burn of 10.8 gallons per hour. Dial back to a more reasonable cruise of 4,000 RPMs, we were running at 23.8 miles an hour with a 3.7 gallon per hour fuel burn. And that gave us a range of 202 miles with a 10% reserve. Our time to plane was 3.1 seconds, and our time to 30 miles an hour, 8.7 seconds. Although our test boat was powered by a Mercury 115, you can have your choice of any of the big four manufacturers and a horsepower up to 150.
Looking at the 19cc below the waterline, we have a 21-degree dead rise, rounded keel, dual lifting strikes, coming up to a conventional chine with a slight reverse at the outside of the chine. Something I found out about the Fincraft 19cc, it's not manufactured in the traditional sense where you're spraying on chop strand and rolling out fiberglass mat. It's a computer-controlled process called VEC technology that allows the workers to precisely control all of the parameters on the boat, giving you a picture-perfect boat every time. Well, that's our look at the performance and handling of the Fincraft 19cc. For BoatTest.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.
Pleasure Boater is being brought to you by Fishity, the maps to plan, the tools to catch, the option to brag. And by Yakima Bait, maker of the world's most versatile multi-species lure. And by Mudhole, your source for rod building tools and equipment.
Shadowcaster.com brings you high-intensity underwater LED lighting with style. Shadowcaster products are carefully engineered to provide you with intense underwater LED light output. These high-intensity underwater lights come in 5 brilliant LED colors. With the appearance of factory equipment, the easy surface mount installation requires no major penetration through your boat's hull. Shadowcaster brings you the best value in high-performance underwater LED lighting. Why pay more for less? Check out the intense underwater lighting series at shadow-caster.com.
Fishity is unlike any other fishing resource. It's a map-based fishing social network. Best of all, it's free to join. Valuable fishing tips and information are only a few clicks away with access to over 10,000 mapped waterways across the U.S. Anglers connect with location-based online fishing communities to share their successes, favorite spots, and learn from one another. With Fishity, you can mark catches and fishing hotspots on your map, stay up to date on the latest fishing reports, and see where the pros have caught their biggest fish.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Really hot.
Honey, I'd like a piece of that.
Marine Connection is South Florida's largest boat superstore. In 25 years, Marine Connection has sold thousands of new and pre-owned boats to customers worldwide, specializing in Contender, Cobia, Hurricane, Sea Fox, Stingray, and the world's largest selection of pre-owned boats. Navigate to marineconnection.com today for the ultimate boat shopping experience. Life's better with a boat.
Everyone knows Rooster Tail spinners. You used them as a kid and they worked, and they still work today. In fact, better than ever. Rooster Tail is the world's most versatile multi-species lure. Just in the last year, nearly 60 different species of fish have been captured in photos, and more and different species are being caught every week. There are 4 different styles of Rooster Tail spinners and over 200 colors and 10 sizes to choose from. So you can tailor your Rooster Tail precisely to where, when, and how you're fishing. Rooster Tail by Yakima Bait Company. You'll find them available everywhere.
Welcome back aboard Pleasure Boater. You know, Butch McCall, the weekend angler, out there at the ICAST show, I've got a challenge for you. One of the hardest things to do at night is trailering your boat because it's dark. It really helps if you have good trailer lights. Now, most trailers have lights like these. These are the old antiquated lights. Not all that bright. They're really not that good a target for trailering your boat. So, Mr. Weekend Angler, what can you find to improve trailering your boat at night?
Hey, Captain Ted, you said you wanted me to find a solution for unloading and loading your boat at dark. Well, buddy, I found that and much more. Dave, Rigid Industries. We're certainly familiar with the name and the products from our Motorhead Garage series, but now tell me about your applications for boating.
Yeah, you know what? We're lucky. We have quite a few applications that have really improved the safety of boating. Anything from compartment lighting, rod lockers, battery compartment, deck lighting, courtesy lights, spot flood, diffuse where you have no hot spots, just a general area light. So we really have some nice applications for boating.
And I noticed that you even got underwater lights that mount on the side of the trailers. I mean, you're basically creating a runway for people to load their boats at night.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You know, that was an unexpected plus that we had when we created the A-Series light that's fully submergible. Guys started putting them on their trailers, and the next thing you know, when we took some video, it was definitely a plus for them coming in. You know, night fishing has become huge, and being able to see when you're going to run into the head of that trailer is extremely important. Make sure you're lined up straight so the boat's on right. So, yeah, that's definitely an application that people have really liked.
Well, one of the other things that always comes to mind when I think about Ridgid, your products are virtually indestructible. I mean, the quality is second to none as far as durability.
Yeah, everything is designed, engineered, and assembled right in Arizona. We take extreme pride in the quality of our lights. We've gotten pulled into many different markets just because of the durability, and the marine industry is one that, you know, from our off-road Baja racing and trucks and mining, agriculture, all of a sudden the durability that the marine environment, you know, demands, we've been able to fulfill that. So it's great, and we have lots of torture footage and everything else that we put our lights through all kinds of real-world tests to make sure the customer gets the best possible light.
Well, now show me a few of the lights here that we've been talking about.
So we've got anything from a 50-inch bar all the way down to this little guy, which is called an A-Series. Each of them have different applications and different optics that come with it. So you have spot, flood, and diffused, which basically give you, you know, the three do's of lighting. I either want it to go a long way, I want it to flood an area but a pretty good distance still, or I just want some general area lighting. They also come in all different colors. You can get red, yellow, red, amber, blue, green. That helps a ton in the boating industry. One thing people don't think about is bugs. Well, the more lights you have on, the more bugs you have. You can put red, you know, lights on the deck of your boat or in the compartments, and you don't get the bugs. So,
for the folks at home, they want to log on to your website. What is that website?
It's RidgidIndustries.com.
Well, Captain Ted, what more can I say? Take your choice. They've got you covered.
Okay, but you did well with that lighting thing, and that's a great idea, the people from Ridgid. Now, you know, I know you have a problem in the sun, getting too much sun on your face, and we need protection all the time when we're out there fishing. Well, guess what? Butch McCall, the Weekend Angler, has a guest with him who's going to help tell us about that may know a little bit more about fishing than the Weekend Angler does.
Hey, Captain Ted, you're absolutely right. I found a product that I wish I had several years ago when I was tournament fishing. My doctor told me I'm paying for the sins of my youth, and he was talking about the sun. Hey, Greg, this is really a great product for people like you and I that have light complexion, light hair.
Oh, you're exactly right. It was an easy sell for me. I found out about the Ear Visors product last fall. It was just coming out, totally new idea, and it was really interesting because I'd actually had some precancerous cells removed from my ears when I was in my early 20s. And the older we get, the more exposure we get to the sun like that, the more harm it's doing. So the Ear Visors product is designed to protect the tops of your ears, and it's one of the most vulnerable places on your entire body if you spend a lot of time in the sun.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. I've had the same problem, and it is such a simple concept and one that is long overdue. Now, you can actually get these in several different sizes for the whole family, correct?
Yeah, they come in a variety of sizes and colors. One of the cool things is we got the smaller size for the children, you know, and that's one thing. When I was a younger kid, we didn't really realize how much harm we were doing. I grew up on the lake, spent a lot of time swimming and fishing when I was a kid, and it'd be great to get them on the children when they're early and then stay with that as we grow up. So it works for everybody.
Now, even though I think this comes 3 to a pack, and they're only something like $15. I mean, for this kind of protection, that's unheard of.
Yeah, it really is, and you can afford to lose one of them at $15 for a pack of 3. And, you know, an added benefit, too, is they float your sunglasses. So a lot of us are using high-dollar polarized glasses, especially the anglers. And if your glasses fall off in the water, we've demonstrated it several times, they'll float your sunglasses long enough that you can come back and retrieve them.
Well, and they said the material is made so it's actually washable, but who would do it? I guess you just go get you another pair.
Well, they are made of a material similar to what they use in car washes, so by far they are washable. But hey, at $5 a pair, you know, get several pairs and have them ready to go. Get several colors to go with your outfit or the different pairs of sunglasses you have, and you're off and running.
Well, I can tell you, Captain Ted, it's just so simple. Okay, it's a great way to protect your ears from the sun's UV rays. It's a great way to protect your family. So it's something you might want to look at.
Today's nautical knowledge question is, what is the depositing of large quantities of fish eggs in the water called?
perfect rod or lure in your hands by building it yourself. You will experience a greater level of satisfaction fishing a custom rod you built yourself or landing a fish on your own custom-built lure. From small streams to lakes to offshore, Mudhole Custom Tackle has everything you need for custom rod building and tackle crafting. Log on now to www.mudhole.com and check out our complete selection of rod building and tackle crafting supplies and order a free catalog.
We torture our lights so you can rely on them in the real world. Rigid Industries has created the world's toughest LED lights. Start seeing the difference. Rigid Industries.
The answer to this week's nautical knowledge, depositing large quantities of fish eggs, is called spawning. You know, in the early days of fishing, you kind of made your own fishing pole, not a rod. Remember the old cane poles? And you can take anything, make a fishing pole out of it. But a fishing rod, now that's a science all in itself. But what if you could make your own fishing rods? Well, Weekend Angler, let's see what you can do for us in that area.
Well, Captain Ted, this next product has absolutely nothing to do with you. It's all about me. I've always wanted to learn how to build my own custom rod. And the good folks at Mudhole, well, they have taken it to an all-new level. Scott, tell everybody out there what you guys do.
Well, we offer a rod building class, and we'll take our instructors and we'll send them around different cities in the country, and we'll teach people how to build fishing rods. We'll start from the basics of just demonstrating how a blank is built, how to build the handle, how to assemble the reel seat, how to tie the guides, and then finally how to put the finish on the rod. At the end of the day on Saturday, they've got a completed fishing rod.
So you mean I come into the class, and in one day you're going to take me through the entire process of learning how to build a custom rod?
Absolutely. We'll start by showing you exactly how to spine your rod blanks, all the way to drilling out your cork to assemble it, to putting your reel seat on the rod blank, to tying your guides, to putting the tip top on, finally finishing off with some epoxy. And you'll have a completed fishing rod at the end of the day.
Now, do I have to bring my own blanks, or do you have everything there?
We'll supply everything. You just need to show up. We'll have all the blanks, the reel seats, the guides, the tip tops, the finish. At the end of the class, you'll walk out with a completed, hand-built fishing rod of your own, and you'll also leave with the rod wrapper that you used that day to build that fishing rod. It's all yours.
Okay, now, in my mind, I've always thought this was something that's extremely complicated. I mean, I'm sure there's an art to it, but you guys take it to the point where people, like myself, an everyday fisherman, can learn this process in a step-by-step procedure.
That's correct. We keep it as basic as possible. We don't want people to be frustrated, okay? It is not a frustrating thing to do. It's easy, okay? And we show the very basics. From there, people can go online, find other videos and so forth on advanced techniques to building fishing rods. And, the sky's the limit when it comes to building fishing rods. You can get as elaborate as you want, but we just are going to show you the basics.
Well, basics are good. Now, so the procedure, I go online and I sign up for a course in an area and just show up on Saturday.
That is correct. You'll purchase your class on whatever city you want to attend a class in. Show up on Saturday at 8:30 or so. We'll get you all set up, and by the end of the day, you'll know how to build your own hand-built fishing rod.
That sounds like a great. Now, for the folks at home that are interested in learning more and even signing up, what's your website?
It's www.mudhole.com.
Now, some guys like to go kind of old school fishing. We taught you how to make a fishing rod, your own personal fishing rod. Some guys kind of like the classic lures. Well, Weekend Angler, I'm sure you found something at the ICAST for that.
I've got a lure in my hand that I guarantee 95% of you freshwater fishermen have thrown at one time or another. That's the rooster tail. But I didn't know until just today that it's made by Yakima Bait Company. Buzz, what other secrets do you guys have? I mean, this is one of the most versatile lures that's ever been made.
Well, you're exactly right, Butch. The rooster tail's been around since, 1940. The company's been in existence since 1934. And rooster tail has been a big part of Yakima Bait's success, the original Warden's rooster tail. This lure Most people associate it with trout, bass, whatever kind of fish they may have caught on it, but in reality, rooster tail, it'll catch just about anything. This year, we've got photos of 60 different species of fish caught on rooster tail. It's available in 10 sizes, over 100 finishes. This lure is, it's the most versatile fishing lure in America today.
Now, I know you guys have come out with a complete new line, completely redesigned as far as the looks of the rooster tail. I see them here. Tell me a little bit about some of these.
Well, rooster tail, of course, like I mentioned, comes in 10 sizes and over 100 finishes. But we're always coming out with new finishes. This is our new lineup for 2014. Here's some new 3-packs that we're offering, so an angler gets a little assortment of some of the better finishes. Rooster tail, the original rooster tail, is of course this design here, but we also have a Vibric rooster tail, a Sonic rooster tail. Takeoffs of the rooster tail with a famous hackle that's made this lure so famous is available in these other configurations also. So there's really something here for everybody.
Well, I happen to see one other lure that, I've got 5 of these in my tackle box. I didn't know you guys made this lure either.
Well, yeah, Yakima Bait, of course, owns the rooster tail, flatfish, many classic products, Spin Glow, Corky, things like that. But we also own the Hildebrandt brand, which includes spinner baits, baits targeted at redfish. So Hildebrandt is under the Yakima Bait umbrella, as is Pose Lures, the original Pose Lures.
Well, this one happened to fall into the floor, so I figured they didn't need it. I thought,
Now listen, if you catch something on that, I want you to send me a picture.
If I catch something on it, I'll take 1,000,000 pictures. It's been so long since I've been able to catch any fish. I just don't have the time to go fishing. Now listen, for the folks at home, they want to learn more about the complete line of products for Yakima Bait. We got a website.
Just go to our website, Yakima Bait, yakimabait.com. Check out our website. Find us on Facebook. We're there. Learn more about the rooster tail, Hildebrandt, Pose, other products that we have.
Hey, Captain Ted, I was just kidding. I'm not going to take this.
Pleasure Boater is being brought to you by Rigid Industries, your one-stop shop for all your marine LED lighting. And by Floatback Lures, great action, great benefits, simple to use. And by Marine Connection, the ultimate boat shopping experience. Welcome back aboard Pleasure Boater. Well, it's time for our Yacht of the Week, and we're featuring this week this beautiful Marquis 600, a 60-footer. Now, Marquis is the really upscale line of carver. When I say upscale, I'm not kidding you. Look around this beautiful salon with the TV right there that comes down out of the ceiling. Up top here, we have the galley with a country kitchen type of setup. Look at the size of that dinette area they have. They have the under-the-counter drawers, 2 refrigerator drawers and 2 freezer drawers for your convenience. A nice bar right here, a trash compactor, a microwave convection oven, a cooktop, and 2 stainless steel sinks. What more could you want? Going downstairs, take a look at the master. Oh, what a beautiful stateroom this is with a centerline bed in it. It also has a closet, of course, the TV. And look at that guest stateroom. Absolutely outstanding. Did I say luxury? I meant luxury. Washer and dryer right here in the companionway. Now let's go up to the flybridge. Now you wonder why they don't have a pilot house down. Don't need one is why you don't have a pilot house down, because this flybridge is completely enclosed, heated, and air conditioned. Take a look right up here at the helm. It's got everything you would want, from chart plotter to radar to underwater sonar, depth sounders, you name it. This thing is completely equipped with a nice tilt steering wheel right here. And you've got a nice captain seat with a bolster so he can set up high enough to be sure and see real well if he wants to use the bolster. Or the first mate can use the same thing over here. And a couple people could sit here if they all want to sit up front. Or if you want to entertain, right back here is a nice settee dinette area right up here on this beautiful flybridge. And they can watch TV while they're sitting there having their meal. Out back, there's a little settee area. You don't have to put a dinghy there. You could set some chairs there if you want to be outside in the open air and ambience of what it's like to go boating. But what do you do for a dinghy? That's coming up. The rear controls back here on the aft deck really come in handy. I'm coming down from the flybridge right now. As you can see, plenty of seating area right here on the aft deck. You can sit out here, have a nice time. Or you can walk around the sides right here. Really nice sturdy rails and go up to the front bow area. Oh, about that dinghy. Well, the dinghy would be back here on this, a TNT lift. This actually submerges into the water. You can put a set of chocks on here and a dinghy if you want to. You don't have to lower it down with the davit from up top. Really comes in handy. It's kind of nice too when you're playing in the water. You can lower it to where it's just under the water and set on the edge right there and splash your feet in the water. Oh, the engine room and the lazarette right here. This door in the transom leads down to that and the Volvo engines that propel it. But you know what? We're out of time again here on Pleasure Boater.
Thank you for joining us for this special from the ICAST show in Las Vegas. Until next time, I'm Captain Ted Jones. So long, everybody.